Well, as many of you know, in order to have a great movie, you have to have a great script. And it looks like DC Studios is pulling out the stops and they have grabbed themselves an Academy Award-winning writer to take on Batman, the Brave and the Bold. Let's dive into the new report, where it comes from, and why this writer in particular is absolutely perfect. Before we do that though, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button and ring the bell for all the updates. Also, check out that merch shelf below. It is an awesome way to support this channel. Well, as many of you know, Warner Brothers' original idea for The Flash was for it to end with Michael Keaton becoming the new and permanent Batman of the DC Cinematic Universe. He would have gone on to appear in Batgirl and maybe even Batman Beyond, and could have even crossed paths with Ben Affleck himself in Crisis on Infinite Earths. Now, since then, James Gunn and Peter Safran have taken over everything that's DC, formed the new DC Studios, and set out on a new path. And we know the future Batman project, The Brave and the Bold, is going to be directed by Andy Muschietti. Now, so far we know the story will revolve around Bruce Wayne training his son Damian as Robin, and many people are expecting them to adapt elements of the Grant Morrison and Frank Quitely's critically acclaimed Batman and Robin comic series. Now, some fans are a little worried with Muschietti heading up this movie because they were disappointed in The Flash, but Muschietti's got a pretty solid track record, and I don't necessarily think that movie was a mess because of things that he did. And it looks like James Gunn is making the corrections to ensure it doesn't happen again. Now, we want to take this report with a little bit more than a grain of salt. It's not from James Gunn or DC Studios, and it actually traces back to one of the moderators on DCEU leaks over on Reddit. Now, those guys do the best they can to vet things, and I will give them the proper credit they deserve, but it's not from Gunn or anybody associated with the film, so we want to be really careful. According to the team over there, 3-time Oscar-nominated writer John Logan is being set up to write The Brave and the Bold for DC Studios. Now, what else has this guy written? Well, it's a pretty amazing list that includes Gladiator, The Aviator, Hugo, Skyfall, The Last Samurai, Spectre, and Penny Dreadful. So Logan is clearly a writer that knows not only how to do drama, but incorporate drama into action and make the action on screen have some serious weight. He's been nominated for Oscars multiple times, and this is exactly the kind of talent we need working in the DCU and specifically on Batman. Now, the one thing with this story that keeps me going so far is this is a couple of days old. I heard this on Friday, and it's been making the rounds on social media, and Gunn has yet to debunk it. He just debunked that Creature Commandos rumor without hesitation, so I'm really starting to believe this one might be true due to the lack of response from Gunn, which honestly is precisely something he was looking to avoid. Getting the story right is so important, and The Brave and the Bold diving so deep into not only the Batman mythos, but the Bat family and all those extended characters, well, that requires a writer who knows how to handle those sort of things and can get the nuances of all these important people just right. Now, who's taking up the mantle of Batman is still a complete question. There have been a lot of names kicked around, including John Krasinski or even Jensen Ackles. And I suspect behind the scenes, Gunn knows who he wants, but right now the Screen Actors Guild is on strike, and that means none of these negotiations are going on. So any stories or rumors you hear about who's going to be Batman are pretty much categorically false, and if I were you, I would completely discard them. Currently, Batman Brave and the Bold doesn't have a release date, but we are expecting to see it in 2026 or maybe as late as 2027. I actually think the release date for this movie is going to tie closely with what Matt Reeves is doing, so fans don't get too much Batman, especially two different Batmans, too close together. If Logan turns out to be the writer for this, it's nothing but good news, and hopefully we get that confirmed directly from James Gunn very soon.